First, when it comes to Harvard, as I said, the president has been quite clear they must follow federal law. He also wants to see Harvard apologize, and Harvard should apologize. Harvard should apologize.
The White House has demanded an apology from Harvard University, alleging anti-Semitic incidents on its campus towards Jewish American students. President Donald Trump has intensified his campaign against elite U.S. universities, specifically targeting Harvard, by threatening to revoke its tax-exempt status.
First, when it comes to Harvard, as I said, the president has been quite clear they must follow federal law. He also wants to see Harvard apologize, and Harvard should apologize for the egregious anti-Semitism that took place on their college campus against Jewish American students. There were professors who said that he had engaged in discriminatory behavior against Jewish students. Of course, you had the former president of the university saying bullying and harassment depends on the context. You also had an encampment on Harvard Yard that we all saw play out before the cameras. The university failed to impose formal discipline on any students for this anti-Semitic conduct violations, including the occupation of a campus building and the disruption of classes with bullhorns.
Harvard's President Alan Garber has staunchly refused these demands, asserting the university's commitment to independence and constitutional rights. In response, Harvard has issued a detailed letter addressing the Trump government's accusations and demands. The university's letter, signed by President Alan Garber, emphasizes Harvard's historical contributions through federal grants and contracts. The university has firmly rejected these demands, citing its commitment to independence and constitutional rights. President Garber's letter highlighted Harvard's role in academic excellence with 162 Nobel laureates and notable alumni like Mark Zuckerberg, along with 8 U.S. presidents from this university. President Trump's administration justifies its actions as a response to alleged anti-Semitism and support for Hamas within university settings. The White House has compelled other institutions like Columbia University to comply under threat of funding cuts, targeting policies promoting racial diversity and Middle Eastern studies.
Why do Ivy League schools get so much federal funding?
It's a very good question, and it's a question the president has obviously raised in his discussions and negotiations with not just Harvard, but also Columbia and many other Ivy League institutions. We have the Anti-Semitism task force, which the president promised and delivered on. The Anti-Semitism task forces across the government, representatives from various federal agencies who meet on a weekly basis to discuss the question that you just raised. And I think a lot of Americans are wondering why their tax dollars are going to these universities when they are not only indoctrinating our nation's students, but also allowing such egregious illegal behavior to occur.
Harvard's defiance marks a significant challenge to Trump's efforts to control over academic institutions. Garber insists Harvard cannot compromise its autonomy, rejecting government oversight on student admissions, faculty appointments, and academic freedom. The standoff between Harvard and the federal government sets the stage for a protracted battle, highlighting broader tensions over academic freedom and governmental influence. Bureau Report, Business Today Television.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you like the video, do like, comment, share, and subscribe.